Working with existing open source applications and Windows Azure websites is easy. Let's create a new website from the gallery and select the open source application WordPress. We'll give our WordPress application a name, and this is its Internet Accessible Endpoint, its DNS name. We'll request a new MySQL database, agree to the terms and conditions by ClearDB, the MySQL database partner for Windows Azure, and in a matter of moments we'll have a brand new WordPress site running fully on Windows Azure with a new MySQL database. When our site is ready, the status in the portal will change to running. We can now connect to our brand new running WordPress site. To view the application dashboard, simply click on the name of the website. The dashboard contains monitoring information and publishing information, as well as the site URL. By clicking on the site URL, we can go complete the WordPress configuration and installation process. This piece of the WordPress process generates all of the tables associated with the WordPress application in the MySQL database. Now, because this is MySQL, we can use any existing MySQL tools to actually connect to our database. So if I go to the Configuration tab, I can grab the connection string information from my MySQL database and drop that into MySQL Workbench. When I drop in that host name, as well as the appropriate username and password from the connection string, I'll be able to load up that database in MySQL Workbench and see all the tables associated with my new WordPress installation. So I double click on the newly created connection. MySQL Workbench is connecting to my MySQL endpoint that was generated through that WordPress installation. And now you can see all of those WordPress tables with the WP underscore. I'd now like to edit my WordPress application. So in the dashboard, I'm going to click on the Web Matrix button at the bottom of the screen. What this is going to do is install the Web Matrix tool on my Windows machine if I don't already have it installed. Additionally, it's going to download and install all of the dependencies for that WordPress application, including PHP, MySQL, and any other components that are required. It's then going to download the code from my site, all the PHP code from Windows Azure websites, as well as all of the data inside my MySQL database, and replicate the entire site on my local machine. Once all of this has taken place, I have the ability to modify and test my site on my local machine, and then with one click publish that site back to Windows Azure. So when I click the Run button inside a Web Matrix, it's simply going to run the site on my local machine. And you'll see I have a full-fledged WordPress site running with MySQL database on my local machine. If I click on Files, you'll see all the files associated with my WordPress site now populated here in Web Matrix. When I click Database, I have a pointer to the local copy of my MySQL database, and I can go in and modify this database. Modifying this database is only going to affect the local site for now. It's not going to actually affect the live site on Windows Azure. But I'm going to change my blog name in the database, and then I'm going to run the site again locally. And now you'll see it says My Azure Blog. Now I want to publish this site back to Windows Azure, including the database. I simply click Publish, and because the connection's already been established by the virtue of the fact that I downloaded it from Windows Azure by clicking that Web Matrix button, Web Matrix already knows how to push the code and the database back to Windows Azure. So I simply select the database, because I do want to in fact populate the live database with my local data, and click Publish. Once the publishing is complete, I simply click the URL in the bottom of Web Matrix And I'm browsing the live site on Windows Azure now, and you can see it says My Azure Blog. And if we click back to the Windows Azure portal, you'll now see a little traffic in the monitor due to our viewing of our new site. For more information on Windows Azure websites, check out windowsazure.com.